Hey folks, Josh Karievsky from Industrial Logic. I want to talk about stand-up meetings. Now, you probably understand what those things are, right? The stand-up meeting, everyone stands up. They typically, answer 3 questions. And these can be well run or they can be poorly run, and we could talk about how to run them well. But I also want to talk about alternatives, right? You need to think about a lot of different alternatives when it comes to being agile, right? I've seen teams that everyone hates the stand-up. Their body language is like this. They don't even want to be there. It's drudgery for them. So I want to just talk about other forms of collaboration. My friend Woody Zuill talks about mob programming, and at Industrial Logic with our customers, we do a ton of mob programming. Now, in the ideal case, when you think of mob programming, don't think about just programmers programming. Think about product managers or product owners or analysts or people who are involved in the actual business being part of that cross-functional team, being in the same room, working together. Now, I know that might sound ideal and it doesn't ever happen. Well, it actually does happen. And when it does happen, they're working so closely together, they don't need stand-up meetings. They don't even have them. They've gone away. Mob programming has replaced the need for the stand-up meeting. Now, some teams I know, they still do mob programming and they still do a stand-up. A lot of times I view those stand-ups as vestigial. They're just an old carryover. You think you need to be doing them, but if you really look, you'd say, maybe they don't add a lot of value. So think about ways of actually removing the stand-up, the need for it, okay? We often would do huddles when you're in a remote situation, right, with remote people. A huddle is something that anyone on the team can ask for at any time. I need to do a huddle. And a huddle isn't a formal thing. It's just a time to talk together. Hey, I had some questions for everybody about the following. Let's talk about it. Let's tell some jokes. It's not answer these 3 questions. There are lots of alternatives to stand-ups. If stand-ups are working for you, by all means, keep doing them. But I think the ultimate is to have continuous collaboration. Look into that. That might actually be better than even having a stand-up.